Feilu Novel Network exclusive contract novel. Start production. Elf game. Anchor plays crazy. Traveling through parallel worlds, Wang Yan discovers that there are actually no popular games from his past life here. Activate the universal game production system and start with a low-cost production of Pocket Monsters. Red/green. As soon as the game was released, the popular anchor Daixia got started. Choose 1 out of 3 at the beginning. Can I take all of them? Wow, this garlic jerk is so amazing. Pikachu, YYDS. Subsequently, Wang Yan developed sequels such as Pocket Monster Gold/Silver and Pocket Monster Red/Sapphire. On the 100 categories of elf balls. Brushing VX steps, incubating Poppy. How can Guladu not fly? Is this really a divine beast? As the Pokemon series continues to grow, the silly little girl has completely gone crazy. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Making Pocket Monsters. New book on the road. You are listening at novelfull.audio. My head hurts so much. Blurred open his eyes, Wang Yan supported his forehead. A severe pain came from his forehead, making it difficult for him to adapt for a while. After a moment of relief, Wang Yan suppressed the pain and looked around. This unfamiliar environment left him with a bewildered expression. Who am I? Where am I? The next moment, a massive amount of information flooded into his mind. Have I traveled? Simply integrating the memories that flooded into his mind, Wang Yan instantly realized. I am like those internet protagonists I have seen in my past life. I have traveled through time. And crossing over to the blue star of a parallel world. The entertainment industry in this world is developing rapidly, and people's entertainment lives are diverse. In addition to various TV shows and movies, the gaming industry is also a highly regarded entertainment project. The game designer industry is also a popular profession among Blue Star. The original owner of Wang Yan's travels is a newly established game designer. But because the game design concept was too low, he was fired by a big company, and in his depression, he hiccuped, giving Wang Yan the opportunity to travel through time. Game designer. After integrating all his memories, Wang Yan quickly opened the computer in the room. In my previous life, as a seasoned gamer. He really wants to see what level of playability the game has in this highly developed entertainment industry, Blue Star. Open the computer and find the game mall. Wang Yan was the first to enter League of Legends in the search bar. This online game, which was popular worldwide in its past life and also gave birth to professional leagues, must have been very popular on Blue Star, right? Ran Goose. After he eagerly typed back, the web page displayed. Unable to search for relevant content, Wang Yan was stunned for a moment. League of Legends cannot be found, is it LOL? After entering the search again, the web page still displays. Unable to search for relevant content, no League of Legends. No LOL. Wang Yan suddenly had a bold idea. Perhaps this world doesn't have the popular games from my previous life. Think of it here. He decisively entered again. Genshin Impact. Unable to search for relevant content Dungeons and Warriors. Unable to search for relevant content World of Warcraft. Unable to search for relevant content Pokemon, Super Mario, Legend of Zelda. Unable to search for relevant content. Unable to search for relevant content. Unable to search for relevant content after continuously inputting n previous popular games and obtaining the same results. Wang Yan can already conclude. Is there no popular game from the past in this world? Isn't that unexpected? I can now develop and produce these games. In addition to searching for popular games from his past life, Wang Yan also casually took a look at the popular games in this world. The conclusion is that the playability of games from these large companies is extremely low. Perhaps it is because in this world, people have a higher level of consumption. These game giants can easily develop a game and accumulate countless profits with their gimmicks and brand names. The playability of the game. In the eyes of these big factories, it's completely insignificant. Call out. After confirming that these popular games were simply unattractive, Wang Yan breathed a sigh of relief. Creating a world-class gaming empire in this world with the popular games of one's past life is simply a piece of cake. Ding. Host activation of Game Soul detected, Universal Game Development System started. Just as Wang Yan was in high spirits, a strange electronic prompt sounded in his mind. Universal Game Development System. In the previous life, Wang Yan, who was familiar with online literature, was very clear. Isn't Jia the standard feature after the protagonist travels through the internet? The system. Universal Game Development System, as the name suggests. It is possible to develop any game product that Wang Yan is familiar with. Although I was a seasoned gamer in my past life. But Wang Yan is completely clueless about game development and design. As for the former protagonist who traveled through this lifetime, was he a game designer? Sorry, this guy doesn't even have a job, so his game design skills are definitely lacking. The emergence of a universal game development system is just right. Upon opening the system page, what caught Wang Yan's eye was host name. Wang Yan. Host age. 18 years old. Current game designer level. G level, highest S+, lowest G level. Game development memory available. 10 megabytes, can be increased according to designer level. Host's current designer score. 0 points. Newcomer task distribution. Please develop your first game as soon as possible and sell 100 copies. Task reward. 100 designer points, note. Designer points can be used to exchange or upgrade designer level. Designer level. If Wang Yan remembers correctly, Blue Star designers have no hierarchy. It seems that this designer level is a built-in judgment mechanism in the system. Game development memory, which means that Wang Yan can use the system to exchange memory for games of corresponding sizes. 10 megabytes, it does sound a bit too small. But it should be possible to develop a good small memory boutique game. As for designer points, they can be obtained by completing system tasks. You can also redeem points by 100.1 using the amount obtained from real game sales. Points can be used to redeem magical items in the system mall, as well as to improve the level of designers. Upgrading from the lowest G level to F level requires exactly 100 points to be spent. In other words, Wang Yan only needs to develop the first game and successfully sell 100 copies. He can directly use the system's reward points to complete the upgrade of the designer's level. As for how many points are required to upgrade from F level to a higher level, then we can only know when Wang Yan first reaches the F level. After a brief understanding of all the functions of the Universal Game Development System, Wang Yan immediately began brainstorming. There are quite a few best-selling games that can be made with 10 megabytes. Wang Yan, who had played games all over the world in his previous life, now had countless classic small memory games popping up in his mind. However, in the end, he still chose the one that could make the most money. System, I choose to develop Pokemon. Red/Green using 10 megabytes. The Pokemon series is definitely the most profitable IP series in the history of the gaming industry. Whether it's the game itself, or the development of anime, figurines, and more around it. A complete set of standard answers for making perfect money is clear to Wang Yan. I want to create my own gaming empire. Pocket monsters are undoubtedly the most perfect cutting edge. And the first generation of Pokemon. Red/Green only requires less than 2 megabytes of memory to download. With the extra memory, Wang Yan also used the system's built.in game beautification function to optimize the game's graphics. After completing the game coloring and text conversion, Wang Yan officially increased the memory of this game to 5.8 megabytes and released it on the Game Mall. To publish a game, you need to register a game publishing account. Please provide your username. Looking at the restricted text boxes on the Game Mall page, Wang Yan didn't hesitate to type them down. Username: Lin Lang Tian Tian. The new book is on its way. We kindly ask all readers to give us a lot of flowers and tickets to support it. Thank you very much. Chapter 2. Choose 1 out of 3. Can I take all of them? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Happy times are always brief, and today's live broadcast is almost over. Magic City, a residential house somewhere. The popular anchor of Fried Fish TV, Dexia Omiai, is bidding farewell to the water friends in the live broadcast room. Her live broadcast duration for today has already reached the standard, so she is preparing to go down. Don't leave, silly girl, keep nagging for 5 more minutes. I'll brush your fluorescent wand and play the game for you. Play some small games, I'll send rockets. The water friends in the live broadcast room obviously don't want the silly girl to go offline. Amidst the barrage of various prayers, there are still many lingering barrages interspersed. Immediately after, 2 super rockets came out. Thank you for the super popularity of Play Little Game Again. Oh, it's been playing for a long time today, and it's almost ready to be played. Dexia Omiai thanked her water friend for the gift while opening a computer search software. Since you still want to watch, let me play a little game for a while. The various large-scale games played by Blue Star are a bit dull and uninteresting. If it weren't for a meal, she would rather not play games and only chat and interact with water friends. Open the search software and enter the Game Mall. Stupid little girl, go straight to the category of mini-games. To be honest, she is not particularly interested in small games. But since the boss who delivers Super Hot has made a request, it's not a problem to play for a while to pass the time. I don't know if there's anything interesting in the new game launched today. Feeling dejected, I flipped through today's newly launched mini-game and casually clicked on a few to play. Due to the rapid development of Blue Star's gaming industry, new game designers join the game development industry every day. As the first platform for new players to release games, the Game Mall has the most newly added categories of small games every day. Dexia Omiai simply played a few newly launched small games, but the effect was not very ideal. The visuals of these games may be decent, but the gameplay is really limited. Obviously. For these game designers at Blue Star, visual effects far outweigh gameplay. They think the graphics are good enough, and players will pay for it. Fortunately, these games didn't cost any money. Stupid little sister also helplessly roast. Otherwise, I will apply for a refund. The release mechanism of Blue Star's mini-games is very sound. All small games developed by new game designers are available for free download within the first hour of release. This is to prevent some new designers from having poor game quality. These games are too lazy, silly girl, let's play another one. That's right, play another one. I think the icon below is quite cute, just play that one. What a cute green little bastard. Let the anchor play with that. The water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room are releasing high-intensity bullet comments, hoping that the little girl can play the last small game again before downloading. Okay, then I'll play the last one, it's really just the last one. Dui Xiaomei said seriously, after playing the last one, even if you give me so many super hits, I won't play anymore. It's already 11 o'clock in the evening, and after playing the last small game, it's really time to play it. In the barrage, there are various comments such as, the anchor hinted at being super hot and, if I brush the super hot again, I will be a dog. Dumb little girl saw the little game just mentioned in the barrage. The cute green little 8 icon, Pocket Monster Green. Pocket Monster. What does that mean? That's it. Let's play with this. There are only 5 minutes left of free time, the anchor should download it quickly. Under the supervision of the water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room, the silly girl quickly clicked to enter the game. After a melodious opening music and animation, a doctor wearing a white coat and holding a red and white ball appears in the picture. Welcome to the world of Pokemon, I am Dr. Pokemon. Daiki. The doctor in a white coat introduces his identity to the player through the text box below. Pokemon Research Expert. Dr. Daiki. Immediately after, the red and white ball in Dr. Oki's hand exploded, and a cute little elf jumped out. Pocket monsters are our human friends, they inhabit forests, rivers. Dr. Daiki briefly introduced the existence of pocket monsters, which sparked heated discussions in the live broadcast room. The worldview of this little game is not bad. Pocket monster. Is it the one that jumped out of the red and white ball just now? Isn't it just this one? It doesn't look like the green one with the icon. Is there still a lot of Pokemon in this game? It's a bit interesting. After introducing the existence of the pocket monster in the game screen, Dr. Oki began to ask the player's name. Stupid little girl skillfully tapped. Stupid little girl number 1. Hahaha, it seems that the anchor has a lot of self-awareness and knows that there will be numbers 2, 3, and 4 in the future. Damn it, little girl, you're ready to reopen after failing to clear the level. You are truly a foolish little girl. In the past, many games were registered from the 1st to the 10th. The water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room refer to her naming method as muscle memory. Humph, this game looks simple. How could I need to register multiple accounts? The silly girl interacted with the water friends while continuing the game. After entering the player's name, Dr. Oki also asked the player to name their grandson. Stupid little girl, too lazy to input, chose to use the game's built.in name. Xiao Mao. The name of the player and their archenemy has been entered, and the game has officially begun. As soon as she entered the game, the silly girl was attracted by the art style of Pocket Monsters. Although the graphics may not be as exquisite as other games, this simple anime style actually makes people look very comfortable. The water users in the live broadcast room also deeply agree with this. The higher the picture quality, the more it suits the preferences of players. Sometimes, looking at a comfortable scene like a Pokemon actually yields better results. After leaving the home in the game and strolling around the small town outside, the little girl walked towards the entrance of the grass on Road 1. Suddenly, an exclamation mark appeared above the protagonist's head in the game. At the next moment, a text box pops up. Daiki. It's too dangerous. There are wild elves living in the grass. With the appearance of the text box, Dr. Daiki, wearing a white coat, walked into the screen from outside and then took the player back to his own research room. The next step is to enter the stage of selecting elves. Originally, you could choose your own sprites. I thought it was a system mandatory gift for the initial monsters. The silly girl manipulated the little person and walked up to 3 red and white balls. Is this 1 out of 3? Can I take all of them? New book on the road, readers are requested to give a lot of flower tickets to support. Next in Chapter 3, I Will Never Die. New book. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Do you still want it all? You're thinking about farting. Anchor, don't tease me. Why don't you just choose one from the barrage water friends? Watching the instantly exploding barrage, the silly girl playfully stuck out her tongue. After signing the barrage contract, she finally understood the live broadcast. Since I can't take all of them, I have to choose one carefully. The silly girl checked in order what the little elves inside the red and white balls looked like. The first red and white ball shows a small red dinosaur. The elf's name is Little Fire Dragon. Not good. Looking, next one. The silly girl directly chose pass. The second red and white ball appears as a green 8 that is very similar to the icon. However, it looks much smaller than the cute game icon. Wow, isn't this the Garlic King? The silly girl smiled and said, Bulbasaur seed. I think he's just a garlic jerk. This thing is not worth choosing, dear friends. Ah no, water friends. After decisively passing the Garlic King, the silly girl saw the last red and white ball. Inside is a blue turtle. Johnny Turtle. Ghost, this turtle looks quite cute, it's it. The first two have already been passed, and the silly girl directly chose the third elf. Johnny Turtle. After making her own choice, Daixiomi also initiated a vote in the live broadcast room. Take a look at these three initial sprites, which one is more popular among the water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room. The result is that Garlic King, also known as Bulbasaur, has the highest vote rate. It seems that there are still some interesting little elves that are more popular among the water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room. Hey, Xiao Mao also needs to choose his own initial elf. After watching the voting results in the live broadcast room, Do Xiaomei was about to continue her operation when she noticed her archenemy Xiao Mao in the game making a choice between the remaining two red and white balls. And his choice was actually the Bulbasaur seed. Garlic King Ba. Wow, did this game sneak a peek at the choices of the water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room? He actually chose the Garlic King. A wise choice. Xiao Mao knows live streaming better than Daisy little sister. Seeing Xiao Mao's choice, the water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room exploded. Daixiomi just initiated a vote, and the water enthusiasts voted high to select Bulbasaur. As a result, Xiao Mao chose this Garlic King. He also understands too well. Humph, what if he chooses the Garlic King? The silly girl said seriously, if you were to duel with me, my Johnny Turtle would definitely hang him up. Then, in the live broadcast room, there were barrage comments such as, I don't believe it, give it a try, and, give it a try and die. In the game, Xiao Mao challenged the foolish girl for the first time. Are you really fighting? Dui Xiaomei hesitated a bit, she just casually said something, why did she really challenge herself? But as she watched the barrage of comments floating on the screen from the water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room, she had to grit her teeth. So. In a melodious battle music. The silly little girl was manipulating her own Johnny Turtle, and the Bulbasaur seed, manipulated by Xiao Mao, was honorably hammered to death. Ha ha ha. It's truly you. Stupid little girl. Who said earlier about hanging and beating NPCs themselves? Garlic King Bullskin. This wave is the water enthusiast's game understanding explosion anchor. The anchor was hit by Xiao Mao's crucial point, and I also want to hit the anchor's crucial point. Daixiomi number 1 has come to an end, and now it's time for Daixiomi number 2 to go online. The water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room have already gone viral. No one expected that the program effect of the little game that the silly girl played in the end would be so explosive. The silly girl herself has also become numb. Playing a small game, can't even pass the first level. Just selected an initial elf and then hung up. That's too much nonsense. Ignoring the settings she should have downloaded, Daixiomi directly chose to restart and register a new account. Stupid little girl too, start playing again from selecting the initial sprite. Thank you for the 3 meteor planes sent by Daixiomi 2. It was an accident just now, and I will never die again. Thanks to the gift from the water friend in the live broadcast room, the silly girl changed into a serious face. This time, she did not choose Johnny Turtle, but chose Garlic King. Bulbasaur. Jibwa, if Jibwa can't win, join. Daixiomi chose Bulbasaur seed, while Xiao Mao chose Little Fire Dragon. After experiencing being beaten for the first time, it is obvious that the naive girl is much more proficient in this new experience. Did you see it? This is my true strength. After defeating Xiao Mao in the anti-killing battle, Dai Xiaomei cheered and exclaimed in the live broadcast, "Where was the water friend who just mocked me? Come out and apologize." The anchor is really amazing. He played a small game and even had the taste of a competitive game. Can you be so happy after a beginner's tutorial? This is the only one on Fried Fish TV, right? After passing the beginner's tutorial of the minigame, the result is the same as completing the 3A game. The water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room began to interact with the silly girls with high intensity. "Humph, you guys should be more arrogant now." The silly girl snorted coldly, "Remember what I said before, from now on, I will never die until I pass the level." Putting aside her harsh words, the silly girl enthusiastically began her subsequent game journey. After passing through Road 001, entering the next city and entering the store, I received the items assigned by Dr. Daiki. Then return to the initial city and complete the first system task. Daixia obtained items called Pocket Monster Illustrated and Pokemon Ball. So this red and white ball has a name, it's called the Pokémon Ball. Pocket Monster Guide. It's quite functional. Is this really just a small game? The worldview is a bit impressive. I just went to the game store to check, and the memory of this game is less than 10 megabytes. Less than 10 megabytes, this game feels richer in content than many big games. This game costs only 9.9 yuan, and I have already downloaded it. After watching the silly girl's live broadcast, I will go play it myself. I'll also go download it. 9 yuan and 9 yuan are too cheap. Watching the silly girl itch while playing, many water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room also went to the game mall to complete paid downloads. In the era of small games starting at 20 yuan for download and big games starting at 199 yuan. It is reasonable for a game that costs less than 10 yuan and has such strong gameplay to be popular. Of course. Don't forget our live streamer. Silly little girl. Brother Meng, do we seem to have entered a forest? Wow, this unicorn beetle is so disgusting, kill it. Ha. Why is my screen flashing from time to time? Is it a virus on my computer? Wait a minute. Why did my Bulbasaur die? What's the situation? There won't be any bugs in this game. The new book is on its way, and we hope that readers can give us a lot of flower tickets to support it. Update instructions, mandatory. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Stable 5 shifts every day, no need to ask, it must be hard enough. In addition, for every 5,000 flowers accumulated, an additional chapter will be added. Accumulate over 10,000 VIP points. Add another chapter. Reward 10,000 VIP points at once and add an extra chapter. Accumulated 2,000 evaluation votes, add one more chapter. Monthly ticket accumulated to 100, add one more chapter. Urge to eat even more, seek investment. Chapter 4. Changban Forest Bug Event. New book. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I really like the host sentence. Next, I will never die again. Wow, is this dead? Stupid little girl never disappoints. I was scared to death. I thought she was really going to pretend to be there. Laughing, is this death? Seeing the silly girl's Bulbasaur seed die suddenly on the page outside of the battle, the water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room flipped through it. But as a player, the silly girl is not in such a good mood. Isn't this an iron bug? I have already left the battle, so how about a good attack? Why should I die too? I don't agree. I need to check the strategy, why did this wave die? Stupid little girls are all foolish. I am clearly not in the battle scene, although the health of Bulbasaur is not very healthy, it is not likely to die suddenly, is it? Exit the game, silly girl opens the search web page and enters the entry. Unfortunately, the current popularity of Pokemon games is not high, and the number of related entries is very small. On the contrary, some pet collecting games released by other major companies occupy most of the entry columns on the webpage. This game is so fun, why are there so few related entries? After flipping through a few pages of the search page, the silly girl exclaimed angrily, compared to Pocket Monster, these pet games developed by big companies are simply spicy chicken for coaxing children. Although the anchor's intelligence is worrying, that's right. The words of Dexia have been unanimously recognized by the water users in the live broadcast room. These games developed by big companies, such as Pet Battle and Cute Pet Rush, can you compare them to Pocket Monsters? Selling it is expensive and not fun, occupying a large amount of memory. At the same time, in-game items also need to be recharged. The price of a prop can buy several Pocket Monsters. Compared to the conscience game Pokemon, other pet games are more likely to have an IQ tax product. However, roast is roast, silly little sister still wants to find a solution to the bug just now. Since the current popularity of this game is not high enough, there are no relevant strategies available online yet. Then I'll figure out a way to crack it myself. Returning to the game, Dexia fully demonstrated her spirit of exploration. The emotions of the water users in the live broadcast room have also been fully mobilized. At this moment, it seems as if they are all exploring some forbidden zone of life, or a magical secret realm. Hey! Why hasn't it been broadcasted yet, silly girl? Another popular live broadcast room for Fried Fish TV. Before the next broadcast, I'm going to watch the little girl dancing with the horse fork bug pig. PDD. Unexpectedly discovered that the silly girl who should have been broadcasted long ago is still online today. And the popularity of the live broadcast room is surprisingly high. What is the situation? With strong curiosity, Saw/Ju gave up the original plan to check the Dancing Mrs. room and decisively clicked to enter the Dancing Mrs. live broadcast room. Just as I entered, I glanced at the barrage and PDD was shocked. Explore the forbidden zone of life. Is there such a game? What kind of thing, a game about exploring secret realms? How is the picture quality? With curiosity, PDD looked at the game screen of the silly girl at this moment. Then, dumbfounded again. What about exploring the forbidden zone of life and exploring the secret realm as agreed? What is the root of circling in the forest? Is this forest the so-called forbidden zone of life? Oh, I'm dead again. What's going on? While in the midst of PDD's confusion, the silly girl in the live broadcast room once again lies proudly dead. And it's also familiar, outside of the battle scenes, after the screen flickers, Glory lies dead. This is definitely a bug, water enthusiasts believe me, this is definitely a bug. Dexia said seriously, today's broadcast time has been extended. I must find a solution to this bug before the broadcast. Putting aside this sentence, Dexia continues her journey to crack bugs in Changban forest. The water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room also enjoy it tirelessly, with various gifts flying everywhere. The fun of the game plus the exploratory spirit of the silly girl, and this so-called bug. Let her have an extra live broadcast tonight, the effect is full. The heat is only high, not low. Cracking game bugs. So this is how this game is played, right? PDD understood and said, brothers, I am a game master. This kind of decryption game is simply tailored for me. Not much to say. Saw/Ju decisively opened the game mall and found the name of this game. Just different from the silly girl who chooses the green icon, PDD clicks on the game with the red dinosaur icon. Pokemon Red. At this time, the popularity of Pocket Monster is not too high, so no one cares about the different icons. The water enthusiasts in the PDD live broadcast room are also eager to see if the game Saw/Ju can solve the so-called bugs in Changban forest. Not just PDD. Due to the fact that Dexia is already a top streamer on Fried Fish TV. Her delayed broadcast has also attracted the attention of many major anchors. Zhou Jie, Decima, Ji Sun, and others have all noticed the live streaming popularity of this small game called Pocket Monster. For a moment, the anchors of the entire Fried Fish TV began downloading Pocket Monster. Red/green. Some are trying to gain popularity, while others are joining the camp to crack bugs. Early the next morning, Wang Yan, who had just woken up, glanced at the game data in the background of his game mall before getting up to wash up. Then, I was stunned. Pocket Monster Red download. 8,934 times. Pocket Monster Green download count. 10,245 times. The cumulative download volume of the dual version Pokemon is close to 20,000 people. What's the situation? Someone help me attract traffic. Wang Yan has great confidence in the Pocket Monster series. But overnight, this little game without any promotion had nearly 20,000 downloads. This is not a normal increase phenomenon. He couldn't think of any other reasons besides having someone help him drain the water. Opening the hot search list on Weibo, Wang Yan found the reason why Pocket Monster downloaded nearly 20,000 yuan overnight. At number 28 on the hot search list, what stands out is Pocket Monster. A nationwide bug cracking game. Ha! A nationwide cracked game. Wang Yan is a bit confused. Isn't the way to open this game quite right? Click on the hot search entry and briefly take a look at the process of the event. Wang Yan laughed out loud. A great elf battle collection adventure game, surprisingly completed by a silly girl to decrypt and explore games. Leaving the big picture. The most frustrating thing is, Wang Yan closed his Weibo account and prepared to go to the Fried Fish TV to watch the replay of last night's live broadcast by the silly girl, and carefully understand the entire process. But unexpectedly discovered. It's already the next morning, but the silly girl is still live streaming. And enter the live broadcast room. The game screen of the silly girl still stays in the Changban forest. The new book is on its way, and we kindly ask readers to give us a lot of flower tickets to support it. Chapter 5. You Are Poisoned. New book, Seeking One. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Is there a countdown ahead? How many times has the foolish girl died in the Changban forest? The barrage in front, Counting Lord has already died in action. Stop playing, silly girl. I believe this bug cannot be cracked. Are there any water enthusiasts who have been watching live broadcasts all night since last night? Can't you? Are you still broadcasting? I'm getting some sleep and getting ready for work. Fried Fish TV stay in the little girl's live broadcast room. The barrage enthusiasm of water enthusiasts remains undiminished. But as a player, the silly girl is already a bit crazy. Ghosts know how many times they have died in the evergreen forest. According to the witty words of the water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room, the Garlic King who died in the Changban forest can circle around the blue star. I really don't believe it anymore. Damn little girl, can you still manage a small game in the next hall? Damn little girl, she said with a bottle of Red Bull next, she explained what it means. In the early stage, there were bold words, in the middle stage, there was silence, and in the later stage, there were gibberish. If things don't go well, the anchor may be stuck at the same time and unable to leave. I can't handle it anymore. I'll go to bed first. Stupid little girl, come on. I hope my grandson can see the silly little girl walking out of the evergreen forest. Watching the barrage in the live broadcast room and the series of operations of the silly girl, Wang Yan couldn't help but support his forehead. Tell me one thing. The repeated deaths of Dexia in Changban forest can indeed drive the popularity of this game in the early stages. But if it continues for too long, then the reputation of Pocket Monsters is not a good thing. After all, no one will try to play a game with an unbreakable bug. With this in mind, Wang Yan registered a fried fish TV account and then sent a private message to the silly girl. Ding, you have received a private message. The silly girl in operation flashed in the background of the fried fish TV. Who is sending a private message to themselves at this time? Dexia is usually too lazy to read private messages, but due to being tired from playing games for a long time, she chooses to read private messages slowly. Lin Lang Tian. Anchor, you are poisoned. Poisoned. At the sight of this keyword, the silly girl instantly became energized. It's really not a problem with my own operation, it's the virus that comes with this game, which has poisoned my computer. Dumb girl. Is it a virus in my computer? Is this game a virus game? Is there a virus in the computer? Is the game a viral game? Wang Yanqi smiled and shook her head. This girl's imagination is really rich enough, it's a pity not to become a host. Oh, it seems like she was originally a broadcaster. Lin Lang Tian. It's not that your computer has a virus, it's that your Bulbasaur has been poisoned. Stupid little girl. Poisoned frog seeds. What does that mean? Lin Lang Tian. In this game, poisoning is a form of debuff. Seeing that the silly girl didn't understand, Wang Yan explained briefly through a private message. In the game settings of Pokemon. Poisoned during battle rounds, this debuff will not disappear. Whenever a player takes a certain number of steps, the poisoned Pokémon will lose a certain proportion of their health until their HP drops to 0 in the end. Dumb girl. I'll go. Why didn't you tell me earlier? Wang Yan. Why did Nima say this earlier? Who would have thought someone would turn a simple poisoning state into a decryption game? But it's normal to think about it. After all, in this world, the gameplay of all games is greatly reduced. The poisoning status in Pokemon will remain outside of the battle setting, and they are also seeing it for the first time. As for the method of detoxification, Wang Yan also talked to the silly girl. Firstly, do not fight against unicorns. There is a chance of being poisoned by the poisonous needle of the unicorn beetle. The silly little girl is obviously the unlucky one, and there is no one who is 100% poisoned by the poisonous needle. Secondly, when entering the evergreen forest, there is a tree that can receive detoxification fruits. Detoxification fruit can eliminate the poisoning state of elves. Thirdly, before entering the evergreen forest, go to the store to purchase detoxification fruits, and bring enough before entering the evergreen forest. Dui Xiaomei followed Wang Yan's instructions with half faith and half doubt. After being reborn from the elf center this time, she headed straight to the blue shop and used the remaining money to purchase a few detoxification fruits. Ha! What are you doing, silly girl? Purchase detoxification fruit. What is it used for? Did she find a way to crack the bug? Seeing the silly girl's operation this time is different from the whole night. The water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room are not calm anymore. Not only the water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room, but also many anchors who are following her operations have also shown great enthusiasm. Before today, they had never played a game where shopping in a game store would be helpful for the game's storyline. Almost all game stores are tools for making money in the gaming industry. Amidst the attention of countless people, Dexia entered the Changban forest and then walked to the tree mentioned by Wang Yan, clicking on it. Congratulations on obtaining a detoxification fruit. Looking at the prompts in the text box on the game page, the little girl was ecstatic in her heart. It seems that the content of that private message is true. Speak it out and you may not believe it. With a long-lost smile on her face, the silly girl confidently said, "Me, silly girl. I finally understood this game." Amidst the barrage of bullets in the live broadcast room, the silly girl controls her game character and once again encounters a unicorn beetle. After defeating the unicorn beetle and the Bulbasaur being in a poison state, the silly girl decisively opened her backpack and used the poison fruit to learn about Bulbasaur. I'm telling you, this is the strategy one analyzed after countless big data deaths. The silly girl explained the so-called bugs to the water enthusiasts, which were not bugs at all, but the game settings. While introducing the existence of the debuff in a toxic state to water enthusiasts. And there are 3 methods to crack the poisoning state. Test it yourself, it really works. I have already walked out of the evergreen forest. With knowledge of poison fruit, the little elf is no longer afraid of being poisoned. Stupid little girl actually knows how to play. Yi Qingjie. No one really believes that this is the strategy that the anchor came up with, right? No. No. Walking proudly in the Changban forest, the cheerful little girl prepared to switch back to her private message, thanking the water friend who provided her with a guide. Lin Lang Tian Tian. This name looks a bit familiar. Just now, I only paid attention to the content of the private message, and the silly girl hasn't noticed the ID of this water friend yet. At this glance, she thought of something and quickly returned to the game mall, finding the game details page of Pocket Monster. Game name: Pocket Monster. Green. Game memory: 5.8 megabytes. Game publisher: Lin Lang Tian Tian. The new book is on its way, and we hope that readers can give us a lot of flower tickets to support it. Chapter 6. I Must Catch Pikachu. New book. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Surprisingly, it's the game developer himself. Xiaomi was surprised, but with a skeptical attitude, she sent a private message to Wang Yan. Dumb girl. Lin Lang Tian Tian. Are you the game developer of Pocket Monster yourself? Amidst the anticipation of the little girl, she did not receive a reply. The reason is very simple. After seeing that the silly girl successfully resolved the poisoning state of the little elf and also taught the strategy in the live broadcast room, Wang Yan has already cut out of the live broadcast room and opened his own system panel. The top priority is not to watch the host play games. The top priority is to see how many points can be redeemed in the system for the profits brought by the first day of Pokemon Red/Green. Ding, the system clearing function is activated. Game name: Pocket Monsters. Red/Green. Game memory: 5.8 megabytes. Current download count of the game: 22476 people. Surprisingly, it exceeded 22,000 people. When I first woke up, the number of downloads was only close to 20,000, not exceeding 20,000. In just a short while, the number of downloads has approached 23,000. Without a doubt. With the addition of major anchors from Fried Fish TV and the support of Bo's hot search list, the download count of Pocket Monster will continue to increase significantly. Due to the fact that Pokemon was downloaded for free within the first hour of its release, 213 downloads were removed. Current sales revenue of the game: 220,403 yuan. Due to the small game mechanism, downloading the game within the first hour of its release is free. 213 downloads made within the first hour will not be counted as revenue. Remove the number of players downloaded within 1 hour from these 213. The remaining 22,263 downloads provided a cumulative revenue of 220,000 yuan. Based on a 100.1 conversion rate, Wang Yan earned 2,204 points in this wave. Ding! Detected that the download volume of the host development game exceeds 100 people, completing the system task. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the system reward. 100 points. Host's current points: 2304 points. There are too many things to do with 2,304 points of integration. Without any hesitation, Wang Yan first completed the upgrade of his designer level with 100 points. The host consumes 100 points and the game designer's level has been successfully upgraded to F level. The host's current available game memory has been increased to 50 megabytes. The next game designer level upgrade requires a consumption of 1000 points. Host's current remaining points: 2204 points. Upgrading from G.level designer to F.level, the available game memory for development has increased from 10 megabytes to 50 megabytes. At the same time, the amount of points required to upgrade from F level to E level also increases accordingly. It seems that for every designer level upgrade, the points required are 10 times higher than the previous level. After a simple thought, Wang Yan decisively used 1000 points to further elevate his level as a game designer. The host has consumed 1000 points, and the game designer's level has been successfully upgraded to E level. The host's current available game memory has been increased to 100 megabytes. The next game designer level upgrade requires a consumption of 10,000 points. Host's current remaining points: 1204 points. The fact proves that Wang Yan's conjecture is not wrong. The upgrade of game designer level is a tenfold increase. As for the increase in available memory for the game, Wang Yan didn't quite understand. Upgrade from G level to F level, and increased the available memory of the game by 5 times. But upgrading from level F to level E only doubled the memory. What does it mean? This increase has no pattern to follow at all. System task dispatch, please host to check. It seems that Wang Yan doesn't want to waste too much time on the pattern of game memory growth. The system has once again dispatched a brand new task. Please use points to redeem items once within the system mall. If the actual sales of points exchanged for items exceed 100 people, you can receive system rewards. System reward: 500 points. It is obvious that this system task is still similar to a beginner's tutorial. Teach Wang Yan how to use the points redemption function of the system mall reasonably. Taking advantage of the situation, Wang Yan opened the system mall and through the filtering function, he first saw the items that can be exchanged for the remaining points. This includes game performance optimization, physical game cartridges, game peripherals, game consoles, and related products for consoles, among others. There is a dazzling array of things to look at. After a brief understanding, Wang Yan decisively spent points and exchanged game consoles. GBA. From the game mall. And the physical cartridge of Pokemon Red/Green. The redemption points for GBA are 1000 points. Pocket Monster. Red/Green. 2 physical cartridges, each costing 100 points, accumulating 200 points. This round of exchange has consumed Wang Yan's total of 1200 points. Currently, his remaining points are only the last 4 points. The host has successfully redeemed the game console and physical cartridge. Please select the production quantity of the console and physical cartridge. The host will first produce 10,000 units, and each cartridge will produce 5,000 sheets. 10,000 GBA production takes 10 days. The production time for physical game cartridges is 5 days. The production of game consoles and physical game cartridges still requires actual time to wait. Wang Yan is not in a hurry. If game consoles and cartridges are developed now and purchased online, players may not have the intention to purchase physical games and consoles. The production time of this console and cartridge is just enough to further ferment the reputation of Pokemon in the gaming industry. Looking back at the fried fish TV. The silly girl who is still waiting for a reply to her private message feels a bit disappointed. She suddenly felt that she might be the game developer of Lin Lang Tian, the tool person who introduced strategies to players. If you use it up, throw it away. What kind of heartlessness is that? But soon, the lost little girl was cured. Healing her is not the barrage of live streaming fans, nor is it the plane or rocket sent by the live streaming boss. but rather a cute little elf in the Pokemon game. Wow, cute brother, this yellow electric mouse is so cute. At the exit of the Changban forest, in the grass, the silly girl met another little elf she had never seen before. A yellow electric mouse. Pikachu. Reorganizing the team, the foolish girl mustered up 12 points of energy. I must catch Pikachu. The new book is on its way, and we hope that readers can give us a lot of flower tickets to support it. Kneeling for a flower, a reward, a review. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Do you have a look? If so, make a squeak. The distribution of books is now at 7 o'clock, with 14,000 words, but only 108 fewer flowers. Rewards, monthly tickets, and so on, none of them. This kind of data is really difficult to persist in. Every time I refresh, my heart feels tired. The data doesn't move at all. When I see other new books, I can't move thousands of flowers, dozens of monthly tickets, and many tips. I envy them so much. Dear book enthusiasts, if you have free flowers and monthly tickets, don't hide them. If you have the ability to give a reward, give it a yuan. It will make the author happy for several days. The author is full-time and relies on writing books to support their family. Writing books is not only about interest, but also about work. Kneeling down again for a monthly pass of fresh flower, a reward, 1 evaluation ticket. Thank you very much. Love you, Momoda. Do you have a look? If so, make a squeak. The distribution of books is now at 7 o'clock, with 14,000 words, but only 108 fewer flowers. Rewards, monthly tickets, and so on, none of them. This kind of data is really difficult to persist in. Every time I refresh, my heart feels tired. The data doesn't move at all. When I see other new books, I can't move thousands of flowers, dozens of monthly tickets, and many tips. I envy them so much. Dear book enthusiasts, if you have free flowers and monthly tickets, don't hide them. If you have the ability to give a reward, give it a yuan. It will make the author happy for several days. The author is full-time and relies on writing books to support their family. Writing books is not only about interest, but also about work. Kneeling down again for a monthly pass of fresh flower, a reward, 1 evaluation ticket. Thank you very much. Love you, Momoda. Do you have a look? If so, make a squeak. The distribution of books is now at 7 o'clock, with 14,000 words, but only 108 fewer flowers. Rewards, monthly tickets, and so on, none of them. This kind of data is really difficult to persist in. Every time I refresh, my heart feels tired. The data doesn't move at all. When I see other new books, I can't move thousands of flowers, dozens of monthly tickets, and many tips. I envy them so much. Dear book enthusiasts, if you have free flowers and monthly tickets, don't hide them. If you have the ability to give a reward, give it a yuan. It will make the author happy for several days. The author is full-time and relies on writing books to support their family. Writing books is not only about interest, but also about work. Kneeling down again for a monthly pass of fresh flower, a reward, 1 evaluation ticket. Thank you very much. Love you, Momoda. Do you have a look? If so, make a squeak. The distribution of books is now at 7 o'clock, with 14,000 words, but only 108 fewer flowers. Rewards, monthly tickets, and so on, none of them. This kind of data is really difficult to persist in. Every time I refresh, my heart feels tired. The data doesn't move at all. When I see other new books, I can't move thousands of flowers, dozens of monthly tickets, and many tips. I envy them so much. Dear book enthusiasts, if you have free flowers and monthly tickets, don't hide them. If you have the ability to give a reward, give it a yuan. It will make the author happy for several days. The author is full-time and relies on writing books to support their family. Writing books is not only about interest, but also about work. Kneeling down again for a monthly pass of fresh flower a reward 1 evaluation ticket. Thank you very much. Love you, Momoda. Chapter 7. Evolution. Bulbasaur. New book, Seeking One. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. It's not just silly girls who are attracted by Pikachu's cute appearance. Even other players who are playing Pokemon have joined Pikachu's capture army. On the Weibo Hot Search list, Pikachu's related entries even soared to 25th place, surpassing the previous ranking of the Pokemon entry itself. A nationwide capture of Pikachu is being carried out with great fanfare. Finally caught Pikachu. Fried Fish TV, stay in the little girl's live broadcast room. Finally caught the silly little girl of Pikachu and let out a sigh of relief. Perfectly leave the evergreen forest and enter the next city. Nibi City. After the elf center was fully restored, the little girl arrived at the first dojo with full confidence. It is said that there are 8 Taoist halls in this game, and this is the first one. The silly girl introduced to the water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room, today, after we passed the first dojo, we stopped broadcasting. After looking at it for a while, the duration of this live broadcast by Deixia Omii has already exceeded too much. Not to mention whether the water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room are tired of watching, the silly girl herself is a bit tired from playing. Entering the first dojo, the silly little girl first fights against the small minions on the way. The Bulbasaur seed of LV-15, with one stroke of the Vine Whip, effectively defeated the small fist stone of the minion with a burst of blood, and then took it down with a hit. Brother Meng, this is too simple. Easy to take down the minion, the silly girl burst out laughing and said, wait a moment to defeat the owner, let me use Pikachu's show operation. It's broken, it's going to be installed by her. Wow, can't it? No one really wants to see a silly girl pass through the hallway, right? Please, the owner, come and help me. Seeing the silly girl effortlessly killing the little girl, the water users in the live broadcast room exclaimed that it was broken. Thank you to the water enthusiast for the big gray machine sent out by losing to the museum owner to send rockets. Don't mess with it, brother. Even if you want to send super fire, I can't be defeated by the museum owner. The silly little girl was really amused by the lively water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room and said, watch me Pikachu win over the owner. Adjusting Pikachu to the first position, Deixia Omii decisively triggered the plot of a battle against the owner of the Nibi Dojo Pavilion. Pikachu at LV8 versus Little Fist Stone at LV12. First, let's test the damage with an electric shock. The silly girl calmly manipulated Pikachu to use electric shock. However, the game page displays, Pikachu's use of electric shock seems to be of no use. What's going on? What does it mean? It's useless. The silly girl was surprised and said, why didn't even the Little Fist Stone lose blood? At the moment of her surprise, the owner's small fist stone used a rock-type skill. Falling Stone. Outstanding effect, instantly kill Pikachu. Ha ha ha. Pikachu has been timed. It's okay, brother cute, it's okay. Nice, truly a silly little girl, never disappoints. It's interesting now. The anchor still has 1 Garlic King left, and the owner also has 2 full-status little elves. Seeing that Pikachu's attack was ineffective and he was hit instantly by a small fist stone, the water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room started their own carnival. Isn't it a bug again? The silly little girl angrily replaced her Garlic Queen. Bulbasaur. Why is the attack ineffective? And what exactly does this effect mean by being in the crowd? Speaking of which, the silly girl thought of Wang Yan. She quickly switched to the back end and sent another private message to Wang Yan. Dui Xiaomei. Lin Langtian, can you explain to me when this effect of group pulling will be triggered? The silly girl vaguely felt that this thing must have its own triggering mechanism. Can't it be just a chance encounter? However, Wang Yan is currently supervising the production of GBA and physical game cartridges in the system backend, and has no time to reply to the silly girl at all. After waiting for a few minutes without a reply, the silly girl had to switch back to the game, manipulate the Bulbasaur seed, and defeat the owner's little fist stone. Now, both sides have only the last elf left. The hearts of the water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room also reached their throats. Under the gaze of the water enthusiasts, the owner of the first Taoist temple released his second elf. The Great Rock Snake. Sleeping Trough, what is this? A large snake formed by the accumulation of rocks. This is too handsome, isn't it? The designer of this game is definitely a talent. The setting of Big Rock Snake is impossible for ordinary people to come up with. It's absolutely amazing, really amazing. This game only sells for 9.9 yuan. Selling 99 yuan is not too expensive. The appearance of the Great Rock Snake surprised the water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room. This game designer's imagination is too exaggerated. Wow, this elf is a bit handsome, it looks very hard. The silly little girl was also attracted by the setting of the Big Rock Snake. I don't know if my Bulbasaur seed can beat it. The pressure brought by the Great Rock Snake has also raised the hearts of the water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room to their throats. They also want to know if Bulbasaur can defeat the Great Rock Snake. The Bulbasaur of LV-15 competes against the Great Rock Snake of LV-14. Daxiaomiai's brainless vine whip effectively dealt 1/3 of the health of the Great Rock Snake. The Big Rock Snake turns around and falls into the rock, hitting the vital point of the Bulbasaur and consuming half of its health. However, in the end, the attribute restraint of the Bulbasaur seed still gained an advantage. Daxiaomiai defeated the Great Rock Snake with a silver blood advantage and won the main battle of the first Taoist temple. Ha! After the battle ended, Bulbasaur, who had gained victory experience points, reached level 16. The silly girl looked in surprise at the game screen, where her Bulbasaur had undergone a change in form. Is this evolution? Looking at the prompts in the text box of the game screen, the silly girl was extremely excited and said, "My Bulbasaur has evolved into Bulbasaur." Defeating the first dojo, Bulbasaur successfully evolved into Bulbasaur. This wave, this stupid little sister has won and win thoroughly. Does this game actually have an evolutionary mechanism? Did Shaoquan Stone evolve into a Big Rock Snake after its evolution? I don't know what my little dragon will become after evolution. The new mechanism of evolution brought by Pokemon has also sparked heated discussions among live streaming enthusiasts. Finally passed through the first Taoist temple, and there are 7 more. Sleeping slots. The silly little girl, who was originally immersed in the joy of passing through the first Taoist temple, couldn't help but exclaim, "There are actually 7 Taoist temples behind that want to fight." Nima, from obtaining the Pokémon to completing the first Taoist temple, it has been so tortuous. Are there 7 more behind? This game has too much content, right? Not just silly girls. In the discussion area of V-Blog's Pocket Monster related topics, discussions about this game have been in full swing. People seem to forget that this is just a 5.8 megabytes mini-game. Because Pocket Monster brings so many new concepts to people. It is not an exaggeration to say that it has refreshed people's understanding of games. Later. A certain Big V from V-Boat directly posted an article titled, "This is a small game that is changing the gaming industry." The monthly flower evaluation ticket is a bit bleak, please give your readers a little support and update the absolute awesome. Chapter 8. RNM. Refund. New book, Seeking Everything. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The small game is marked with double quotes. Because in the eyes of this V-blogger, the small size of Pokemon is simply due to the small memory occupied by the game itself. Starting from last night, a newly released minigame has become popular all over the internet. In just 24 hours, this game called Pocket Monster Red/Green has logged into the v.bo hot search list twice. Is this just an ordinary little game? Actually, it's not. Only when you truly immerse yourself in the world of Pocket Monsters will you know what a vast world it is. This big V directly defined it at the beginning of the main text. Pokemon is a small game with a vast world view. At present, most players have just passed through the Changban forest and completed their conquest of the first Taoist temple. Just the content of this game can already be described as rich. From the initial city where players were born, Jinshin Town, to 001 Road, Joban City, Joban Forest, and the city of Nibi where the first dojo is located. This is just one of the 8 Taoist schools in Pocket Monster, which includes game content. We can boldly speculate that there may be no less than 7 game contents like Jinshin Town to Nibi City. The main text ends here, with a screenshot of the game introduction page attached. In the screenshot, the game introduction details of Pocket Monster clearly state. Players need to pass through all 8 martial arts galleries, and there is also a league championship battle at the end. The game content before the first dojo was already so rich. There are also 7 Taoist pavilions and a league championship game behind. Just think about NEMA stimulation. Why is this a game that is changing the gaming industry? Because this small game, which only has 5.8 megabytes of content, is fully capable of defeating large games that can easily reach just a few gigabytes. After introducing the disruptive nature of Pocket Monster, this V starting to bombard the major game manufacturers on the current market, as well as the large-scale games they have developed. Domestic manufacturers such as Penguin and Wui, as well as foreign manufacturers such as Storm, Azure, and Ren Hell. The various games they developed each have larger memory and more gimmicks competing with each other. The price is also a top 10 expensive. At this point in the main text, screenshots of the money circulation games developed by major domestic and foreign companies are also attached. At the same time, there are exaggerated promotional slogans and expensive buyout fees for these games. But are the true game content and playability of these games worth the sales promotion of these manufacturers and the price of the games themselves? The answer must be negative. Take a pet collection game similar to Pokemon. The Cute Pet Collection developed by a large domestic company as an example. The gimmick of Mo Pet Collection is various cute-looking anime like small animals. Players can collect various cute pets in the game, that's all. This is a game with simple or even no gameplay, but because it is created by domestic anime enthusiasts, the original artwork is drawn. The initial buyout price went straight to 599 yuan. Just buying out the price is not enough. The Mo Pet Collection also has internal funding channels. Players can earn money to give their cute pets different skins and appearances. Both are pet collection games, and Mo Pet Collection only requires players to have money and has no gameplay. Let's take a look at how Pocket Monster was made. This big V once again introduced the game mode of Pocket Monster. Adventure, Battle, Collection, Cultivation. This is the true way to open the game. The big V wrote a lot in a fluent manner, and at the end of the main text, he wrote, "I hope that major game manufacturers both domestically and internationally can play Pocket Monster well. Take a good look and understand what NEMA's game is called." This long article by Big V has caused a huge uproar on Vblog. Because countless players unanimously agree that this article is so written. I think both domestic and foreign game manufacturers should take a good look at this article. That's right, I completely agree with what this blogger wrote. Game manufacturers should queue up to play Pokemon. The game developed by Lin Langtian is called a game. What are the games developed by Penguin and WE? Real name support for this blogger. I hope the emergence of Pokemon will change this stagnant gaming industry. Soon, an increasing number of netizens joined the discussion on related topics. Even many well-known bloggers have reposted this long article with their own opinions attached. Some netizens who don't mind the hustle and bustle have forwarded and edited the official accounts of some major domestic companies. Penguin, come in and get beaten. At WE, crawl in and see what games are. At . This magnificent storm of netizens has naturally attracted the attention of domestic gaming giants. Who wrote this blog post? Can you find the IP address of the post? Penguin Executive Office. Fried Dough Twists Teng, CEO of the group, pointed to the big screen at the emergency meeting of the group and said, "Find a way to delete this blog." For penguins, they don't care about any small games changing the gaming industry. I don't know how many times this kind of article will appear in a year. What they care about is another game mentioned in this blog post. Because, coincidentally, the heavily criticized game, Moped Collection, is Penguin's top 3 profitable online game of the year. Initially, they hired top domestic comic artists to create multiple exquisite original paintings for this game. At the same time, it costs a huge amount of money to promote, which has won countless accolades in the player circle. I never thought about it. Now it has become a leading bird, being pointed out by Wanfu. As I watched this blog post intensify its negative impact on the game itself of Moped Collection. Fried Dough Twists Teng only hopes to minimize this impact. Mr. Ma, it's too late. This blog post has been screenshot and forwarded many times. Even if the original text is deleted, there are still many screenshots of the main text online. The head of Penguin's public relations department is very helpless. Moreover, there have been many posts on the game forum of Cute Pet Collection requesting us to refund money. What should we do now? Due to this blog post becoming increasingly popular on Vblog. So the players who have already spent a lot of money in Moped Collection have realized how foolish they are and how much money they have. Surprisingly willing to be slaughtered by penguins as pigs. This group of RMB players have awakened their consciousness. They are posting uniformly on the game forum. RNM, Refund. The new book is on its way, and we kindly request readers to give us a lot of flower review tickets to support it. Thank you very much.